They say my generation full of dough. We tell them thanks, this is our year. But on the real, they saying slow your roll. As if we don't, we gonna die, but we like it. They don't know what life is. My homie, if he heading to the party, we like it. And that poison be pricey, and they gon' get you hyphy. But if you ain't throwing down, then stay at home with your wife. And straight out the bottle.
Guys, we just talked to Evan Fay here at Roar Brewing Co. He's the owner of this brewery, and it's the first Black-owned brewery. We couldn't believe it either. I found out I like stouts. They're so involved in this community here in Midtown. They're involved with the Pistons, Tigers, Wings. Come see why this should be your next stop here in Detroit. Let's get into it. Evan, thanks for having us at your place. All right, this is my first time having a stout.
Really?
It's like more like a coffee. Is that,
I was gonna say espresso,
like,
and I drink espresso.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you will love it. I never knew you didn't have it. Yeah. This is awesome.
I was gonna say, I was telling him, I go, hey, look, if I don't like it, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
but this is good.
Yeah. It's like it is. Again, I like stout. That kind of got me. When you ask like broccoli and sours, got me like
that foam too.
Yeah, like the head. Yeah, it has that honey and the.
Yeah, well, that's what, I'm not a big stout guy, but the honey in there makes me enjoy it more.
You know what's truer than the word? Do I go get a stout now?
Well, I think you're going to become a stout guy. You're going to become a stout guy.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, it's a little bit of flex when you're at a bar. Like, can I get your stout? And it's like, like lips all rich and full.
All right, let's get kicked off. Off the Block presents Roar Brewing Co. This is Evan Fay, owner. Is that what you go by, the owner?
Yeah.
Do you have any co-owners, or is it just you?
It's me. For the brand, it's me. And then for the brewery, there's like a minority owner.
Okay.
So the old owner, they have a 19% stake in, because they bought all the equipment and stuff. So I was able to buy it all off them. And so, yeah. But owner, they're silent. It's just a
So you're calling all the shots.
Yeah, I'm calling all the shots. This is my spot. Yeah.
So how we generally start our shows off, or get a little bit of an origin story. So we do a little bit of background reading, so we can get a little bit about you, but we want you to share with the audience about yourself. So tell us about where you're from, and then we'll lead up to how you got here in Michigan, and it'll take us through a lot of different parts of the country.
And I'm excited because this is the first brewery we've done.
Oh,
it's all been
awesome.
restaurants. So we've heard some similar stories. I'm excited to see where you come from. So
Yeah. So originally from Southern California, I joined the military out of college, and I got stationed in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So kind of went from Southern California, was like hustle bustle, very kind of urban, right outside of Los Angeles, and then I go to Wyoming, which is like really slow. There's not as much to do, no beach, no whatever, no kind of like big parties. There's rodeos, and something that they have a lot of is breweries. So like we would drive down to Fort Collins, me and my military buddies, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go to a brewery." I was like, I'm not even a huge beer drinker. We're gonna go to a place that only serves beer. Like, that sounds miserable. Can we just go to a bar? Like, no, let's go to a brewery. And we would go to a bunch of the breweries down there. The one that we go to the most is New Belgium, and just fell in love. I just fell in love with the craft beer world and space.
Which type of beer drew you in?
So what really kind of made me decide I was like a beer drinker is when I had my first sour with Lawfully. Then I was just like, at first I was like, what is this? And then
You got me into the sour.
Yeah, it just made me realize like there's so much complexity with beer.
Right.
And so I kind of started with, they have a fat tire or when I'm, what's a lager, what's an ale? Because my idea of beer, when I was in college was like, all right, this is just something for beer pong, or like it's just fun, right? Like this isn't a real. I mean, it's great, but it wasn't. It was more of a gimmick. I wasn't when you're drinking like Natty Lights or PBR. Like it wasn't this like kind of full range of experience where you're pairing it with different things. But once I started going to craft breweries, I'm like, all right, this was a stout. This is a stout is completely different than anything. Like there's just so many different kinds of beer that can elicit different feelings, different things. And then that really kind of got me excited about the craft beer space.
I love that. I literally have the same exact story, how it introduced me to beer. You said fat tire and you said sours. And those were the two things when I was like in college that I had. And I was like,
oh, I like this better than light beer.
Right,
So
right.
it's just weird that you brought both
a
those
regular
up.
light lager. Yeah.
Do you have a sour on the menu?
So we have a sour on the menu that we actually sell Jolly Pumpkins. We're actually pretty close with Jolly Pumpkin. So we don't brew a sour in house, just because a sour, you really want to have like that like aged oak. Like we have all stainless steel. It's all really modern. With sours, you really want to have an aged oak that is over a good amount of time that you're able to ferment it. So we want to do it justice. We don't want to come out with a sour that isn't, Jolly Pumpkin does a great job.
That makes sense.
Were you brewing before? Obviously, this just opened this year, right?
Right.
Okay, so were you brewing yourself for how many years before
this
idea came?
So like most brewery owners, they do like homebrew first and everything. And I've like did some light dabbling in that, but I never was like, oh, I'm a home brewer. I was a big brewery fan. I just would go to brew. So after Wyoming, I got stationed in Alaska, and for half the year it's cold and dark, and like breweries were the place to go in wintertime for all the fun things. So I fell in love with like the community around craft beer and just drinking and going to all the releases when new beer came out. So I kind of came in as like more of a super fan. And that's why we love, our head brewer just walked in who has 25 years experience brewing. And I was his assistant brewer for the first couple months, and while we were making the beers, and it was a lot to learn, right? Like especially but it was really cool. So I really came in as like a super fan of the craft beer world, but didn't have like any kind of technical expertise. So that's where, partnering with a good head brewer and just going, I know what I like. So it's like, hey, this is the kind of notes that we want this for the raspberry wheat, or we want this for the Pilsner. And being able to bring those visions to light is kind of how it comes through.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So take us from being stationed. And by the way, do you ski or snowboard
Yes.
when you're in Alaska?
Yeah.
Both?
Yes.
Both. Okay.
Right. I'm more of a skier. I snowboard.
Okay.
You
dabble.
I dabble, but put me on some skis and I got it. Like
Cool.
I can do, yeah.
Cool. I'm excited about it. It's snowy out right now. I just bought my daughter her snowboard, and my wife doesn't ski, but we're going to try to get her into it. So I'm excited about it. I wanted to know if you did.
Yeah, I want to go up to Crystal Mountain up here. We've gone, but we didn't go to ski. We just went to like hang out. And next time we're going to definitely go ski.
So Alaska, then where's next after Alaska?
So
and what year is this?
So 2012 is when I started in Wyoming. And I went out there. I was in charge of nuclear weapons, of all things. I was like the guy. We'd go underground if we ever needed to launch nukes. I was the guy to like key turn.
Oh my god!
So like
just dropping
a bomb
on us.
So like you would do. So I did like 24 hours on, and then you get like 48 hours off, right? So then that's when I would be going to breweries and hanging out.
I got more nuke questions here. Hold on.
Okay.
Our nuke guy was getting hammered on his off.
You can turn the key, but like, do you have a direct line to like the president? The president gives you that call, like.
Yeah, again, there's a whole process, but basically, yes. If there is the president has like kind of like a football that sends a code to us who would be underground, and we authenticate and make sure that it's a valid code.
That's awesome.
And then we right before going out, we get top secret briefs so we know what's going on in the world, so nothing is going to come out of nowhere.
Right.
And they put all officers down there because we swear allegiance to the Constitution, so that we are able to kind of make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Is that like a coveted job to be that position? You can turn the key, like you gotta like everyone's fighting to get that guy.
Military is kind of, it's like sibling rivalry. So we wear a flight suit and it's coveted by some people, and other people are like, oh, you guys babysit nukes, like versus like the pilots are like, we fly whatever. But if we do our job, like we can.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Like, who has more power here?
100%. Yeah.
So it's like gonna go sideways here, but I gotta ask you a question.
Sure.
So you were in the Air Force. Mm-hmm. You fly then?
No, so again,
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Okay.
So the Air Force. A lot of Air Force officers.
I didn't know if you still have like a class like Flying 101. You're gonna learn how to fly.
You learn. So I did all the simulator stuff, but no, like there's a bunch of different jobs.
Right.
Like so, my first half I was in charge of nukes, and then I really wanted to lead people. So then when I moved up to Alaska, I became a munitions officer. So I was in charge of. I wanted, as a nuke guy, I only had like one kind of person working for me who was another officer, and you might have maybe like 10 or 15 people who work for you max on the nuke side. But I knew in my career I wanted to lead people. So then once I went up to Alaska, I was in charge of 300 people.
Okay.
And I was in charge of like small munitions that went on planes and on F-22s.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're
All right,
gonna have to have a second podcast.
Well, one more nuke question.
No,
Is
I know.
we get derailed, but that's part of this.
No, it's all good.
Is it like it in the movies where there's two keys and you can't reach them both?
Right.
And like you would have to turn one, I've turned one simultaneously.
Right, exactly.
That's a
You
real
go
thing.
underground.
It's in a lot of movies.
Yeah. You go underground. It's called it's a 2-person concept. So it takes 2 people to independently verify to make sure that it's a valid order. And then, so you don't want to just have one person being.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I forget what movie it is. There's some movie where there's some chick and she's like the last one left and she's trying to stretch to reach both of them to like turn 2 keys at a time. I'm like,
there's whole
it can't be
studies
that
on
close.
trying to make sure that can't happen. Because you don't, again, that would be bad for a lot of people. I mean, for everybody if one person just decides to go rogue. So, so that is part of, again, my introduction to like brewery. It's like I would go
ties together.
So like we would go. I can go and be underground. It was stressful and everything else. But then you want to blow off a lot of steam when you're finally off of alert. You take off the uniform and you get like 2-3 days off. So we would go down to Fort Collins and go on brewery tours and try whatever new beers being dropped and like just fell in love with the whole. There was always something going on. So like it became a community hub, and I realized quickly that a brewery doesn't just mean beer. A good beer is one aspect, but it's the community that's around it that got me really excited. And it was like one day when I'm an adult out of the military, I would love to open up a brewery. And then
how old are you?
Just turned 37.
Okay. Nice.
So so I was like, once I'd love to open up one, and that's where we are. So then we were able to open up. We had our soft open in March, and then grand opening in July, and then we've been rocking ever since.
Cannot believe we haven't been here.
I know.
I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
This whole area is like newer to me too. Like this whole like community area. I'm assuming it's like social district. You go out there and bring beers. Or?
Yeah. So we have an agreement with Midtown. So whenever we have big events, we make it so that we can have beers everywhere. All 3 businesses around here have their liquor licenses. So the goal is to make it a true social district. Right now, it's like we apply whenever we're doing a big event. But now that they're moving in, we have a new restaurant moving in here soon.
Right here?
Yeah.
The one where Smith & Co. was?
Where Smith & Co.'s, So it's going to be called Medusa. It's a
He owns She-Wolf.
She-Wolf, right.
Yeah.
So they're opening up right here, which we're excited to have them barcades here. And then, we'll in the summertime, we fill up this plaza with fun stuff.
It's beautiful.
It's a really cool area.
Yeah. So it's a cool area, and we're not far from downtown, not far from the stadium. So people come here to pregame for games and all that kind of fun stuff.
So you apply to get this like social district temporarily? Like, do you just like make a phone call, or is it like a whole
you contact the liquor license commission and basically say, hey, we're gonna have an event, and they're like, all right, cool, put up barriers and make sure people aren't just walking with beers and walking in the middle of the road and kind of stuff. So it's not a labor intensive process, and you check with the police department. The police department comes in and then so we've done it. We did it a couple times during the last summer, right after our grand opening. For our grand opening, we did it obviously, and so then that makes it kind of this whole thing a beer garden, which is really cool.
What was in this space before you moved in? Yeah,
so before I purchased it, it was actually a brewery called Nain Rouge Brewery.
Oh, okay.
So it was Nain Rouge.
Okay,
So it was a brewery. They opened it alongside Smith & Co. and their goal really was to sell the beer through the restaurant, and they weren't really focused on the tap room. And that's how I kind of discovered this brewery was I have a partner. I've invested in this ice cream company called Creamalicious, where we were able to go national, and the CEO of that is she is a executive chef. So she's trying to open up a restaurant here in Detroit, and she's originally from Ohio. So we were looking at different restaurant spots. We were looking at this restaurant spot, and it wasn't working for us. And I'm glad that Medusa's got it, but it didn't work for what we were looking for. But the owner of the restaurant also owned this brewery, and they're like, we're also selling the brewery. And I was like, that is a dream of mine. Like, are you serious? Let's go over there. Like, I was less interested, like, let's go and walk through. I was like, I want it. Like, let's figure out how to get this done.
And it's got to make the transition obviously a lot easier. It was a brewery at once. You're just
So I'm buying all the equipment, all the stuff, and then really kind of going from there. So I didn't have to buy brand new.
Do you own this space, or is it rented?
So this space is rented. So, but my core, like what I moved to the city for, is real estate development. So my goal is to eventually buy this building. And every other, I also own a cafe in the North End, and like I own that building,
Which
so
I want to dip into. A little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
later.
yeah. So like the goal is to buy this building and then build apartments above it, similar to what they did across or right here.
Yeah.
That is because again, I'm all about development, and I like
Love that.
kind of like
Me too.
one hand washes the other. If you have a good business, it's good to have to own the building and have residual income coming from it. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask a couple questions. Let's get a little into business.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much does it take? Well, one, what are these called? What are these called? The silver barrels.
I
brewing
feel like I should
barrels.
know this, and I do
They're
know
conditioning
it.
tanks and fermenters and
Fermenters, that's what I was
So
thinking.
we have conditioning tanks, we have fermenters, and that's how we brew our beer. So
Yeah, I
we're-
stutter because I have like 8 questions going through my head at
Oh,
once.
I
So,
know.
okay, so you have 8 of them back there?
There are more than 8.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some 20 barrels that we can do. We have a 10 barrel system, and these are 20 barrel fermenters. So if we wanted to really plus up, we could. And then we have on the opposite side, we have 10 barrel fermenters.
And how many beers does that make, let's say, a month?
It depends on how we can make.
Yeah, how many can you make?
I mean, we can make a lot. As far as barrels, if we really, really wanted to max it out, we could make like 100. We could easily do. I mean, again, per month, we could. If we were going every like nonstop, we could just make until we're completely filled. We could do 100 barrels easily.
And that's
Okay.
is there like 100 beers in a barrel?
No, there's a lot more than. You mean pints of beer?
Yeah,
A barrel
sure,
is.
Yeah, we don't know what a barrel is.
A barrel is.
A barrel is like saying kilometers. Like
Oh,
Americans
okay.
are gonna be like, what the fuck?
I mean, I guess how many in a keg? So how many barrels are in a keg? Yeah, this is some math stuff. That's where I can get Dave out. There's a lot. How much? 240 pints per
And
barrel.
you said you can make how many barrels?
Dave, how many can we realistically make here if we want to completely max out?
2,200
Oh my
barrels.
God.
So we can do the math on that.
200 barrels per year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
light
then
just went.
divided by a month. Oh, did the lights turn off? Oh, it's on a motion sensor.
Oh, here. Let's.
Want me to?
What's your head brewer's name?
Dave.
Dave, come in. We're switching seats.
I know, right? Dave is the technical
No, I'm
expert.
just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's like 400,000 beers, just based on my
just-
math that I just.
you can do
Oh,
4.
pints of beer. Yeah,
Pints,
yeah, pints. Yeah, yeah. That would be a lot. Yeah, that's if we're like cranking them
Okay.
out. Yeah,
What's a profit margin on making a beer? What do you figure?
yeah. So I mean, again, a beer, depending on the style and what's going into it, I mean, landed could be anywhere from like $1.20 to $1.50, like
Per beer.
per pint of beer.
pint of beer.
Yeah, and then we're gonna sell it for $6 to $8.
And how many beers do you think you're selling a month?
How many beers are we selling a month?
Give or take, ballpark.
I mean, I look at more. It's hard because we'll sell a keg or we'll sell growlers, which is multiple
Yeah.
beers. So I mean, dang, that's hard. Dave, how many beers roughly would you say we sell per month?
I would say an average barrel and a half.
A barrel and a half a week.
A week. So if that's
Barrels,
So about
5 to 6.
300-400 pints.
5 barrels times, that's 1,000.
Oh,
Yeah, 1,000 plus
pints.
pints.
a week.
1,000
Yeah.
pints.
That's solid.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, we
good.
like to indirectly ask math questions. So
I know,
people
right?
can
I feel
imagine-
like
people can imagine. Say, okay, the profit margin.
I know,
making
right?
a
I'm
couple
trying to think
bucks,
of how
and then
much-
selling 1,000. That's a couple thousand. It gets people interested. Like, hey,
Yeah.
so okay, direct question.
Sure.
How much does each one of these fermenting barrels cost?
Yeah.
So all in, when
how much
this
was
was
the total?
built, it was like 1.2.
1.2
for,
million.
for yeah. So and that's for all of the fermenters. That's for the coolers. That's for all the. It was like 1.2.
Okay.
And the old brewery, like they took all theirs, like, or did you buy
these
some
are
off
all,
those
we
from
bought
them?
all of them from them.
Okay,
So yeah, we
nice.
bought all of as a real cost.
Okay. And then who put together your guys' food menu, which looks like we're gonna get something after here if
Yeah.
your cooks come.
So we actually did a partnership with Barcade. So Barcade acts as our commercial kitchen.
which is right next
Is
to you.
right next.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So that was a way we were looking at doing, either buying a food trailer or doing an actual build out for the restaurant. But we found that we wanted to get more proof of concept first. So we were like, how can we provide really good food and not have to do all the capital investment in order to build out an entire new restaurant? So we talked with Barcade. They were super excited. So they're acting as our commercial kitchen. And
That's
then
great.
they
That's
made
sweet.
us like our own menu.
So, and how long have they been there?
They've been there since 2020.
Okay.
2020,
Did
2021.
they have another location more downtown?
They have multiple locations,
Yeah.
but this is the only location in Detroit.
In
But
Detroit?
they have
Okay.
No,
one
there's
in.
Like
Well, there's
the
a
one in
couple of
Greektown.
them.
Is that the one you're thinking of?
No,
That-
there's another one like it's upstairs above something else. I thought it was also called Barcade.
This one has that. There has a little upstairs area.
You know
But-
what? It could have been that one, and I might have had a few,
Barcade,
too many
they have
beers that
multiple-
night.
They have a
But
location in like New York, and they have one in like they're a franchise. Like they have
Okay.
multiple
gotcha,
locations.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so let's rewind everything we've talked about. So you are in Alaska in what year?
This was in 2019. That was when I finished Alaska.
And then did you come to Michigan after
I did.
that?
We drove from my wife, and we had a newborn baby and 2 dogs. We drove from Alaska to Detroit.
And why Detroit? What was the reason? So,
so-
coming from California, it sounds like you're getting the short end of the stick. to
Oh,
most
not at
people.
all.
No,
No.
to me, I
Oh,
love
really?
it. I would never live in California.
Yeah.
I would live in Detroit 10 out of 10 times over California. But you're from California,
Right.
so
honestly, we looked all over the country, like my wife and I made a whole spreadsheet of like, what do we want in a city where we're gonna like raise our family? So we wanted to have, first and foremost, I did real estate, so I wanted someplace that had a good real estate growth and real estate potential. We wanted a place that had all the major sports teams, because when you live in places like Wyoming and Alaska, you quickly realize like there's not something to rally around.
Yeah.
So we wanted something that had all the major sports teams. We wanted something with a lot of culture, like museums and other things where people. It's a travel destination. We wanted a place that had college and universities. We wanted a place that was culturally diverse. Same thing, living in Wyoming, I'm like, woof, it was very, there was very few.
You can say
anything.
it. Say it.
It's all white people there. And again, I learned a ton, like it was cool, but it was
wasn't
very
that cool because it was all white people.
I mean, it was not very culturally diverse. But when you have culturally diverse, you get better food, you get different ideas that go into it. Like growing from California, you see how awesome that is. I mean, even down to we wanted a state that wasn't super red or super blue. Literally when looking at places, because I lived in certain places, but we would go TDY all the time when I was literally I've gone to almost every state for some reason while I was in the military, and I had friends from all over, and we would go to all different states. So you really quickly learn what makes, and even we would go overseas and same thing. Like I was in Korea for 6 months. So it's like you learn what makes a city thrive, and Detroit checked every single box.
Man, I love this.
And
I so
love
expected
that.
it to be like some answer. Oh, I had like an aunt or uncle that lived here.
My
So
dad
just
no,
lived
yeah,
out
no
here.
family,
My dad
no
loved the
love the
Lions.
Lions.
Something like, no, you just named off so many positive
these
things of
important- yeah.
why I like Michigan and I like Detroit.
Yeah.
And how,
Yeah.
how did you find that out? Because again, from an outsider's perspective that isn't from here, we know what Detroit's all about.
Sure.
We know all those things that you just described. How did you find that out? Because you always hear the story about people like, oh, I didn't know until I went to Detroit.
Yeah.
And all these things.
So honestly, I mean, I was in charge of nuclear weapons. I would go underground. I worked the night shift, so I'd be underground for 12 hours straight. So I like to do research. So when that's when I was doing a lot of research on back in 2012, like and there were some articles about Detroit, and they were mostly negative, but all I saw was like, wait, like let me learn more about this place. So I started to read and follow the accounts here, and like social media accounts, and do a bunch of stuff. So by the time we finally came in 2017 to come, like we call it interview the city, because we went to like Nashville. Like we had a whole list. Like we went to other places, but Detroit was really what sold us. Out of all the great things that we saw on paper, what really sold us was how awesome the people were, and how inviting is like Detroit is like, as long as you pass the vibe check, like Detroiters will bring you in. It was like, as long as like, oh, you're not here just to like take advantage or whatever, like you're here, like you want to raise your family here, you want to be here. Like we never felt so much love in a place, and that really kind of made us like, oh yeah, we can raise our family here. We can be part of, like, we know all of our neighbors. We know all our neighbors' stories. Our kids go to our neighbors' houses who have kids the same age. Like we really found this Midwestern charm with all the things that I already mentioned. And that was it for us. Like we were like, all right, cool. Like we want to And my wife was like, "You're crazy." Like, because before coming here, she was like, "Why like Detroit?" She's RoboCop and like everything that says like Detroit is like this scary place. And I'm just like, and I'm like, let's go check it out. And then we just fell in love with it. So
That's
that was
awesome.
it. We never looked back.
No, that's awesome.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it
I
was.
loved your description of that, by the way. So I don't even know where to go. Well, one, I do want to take a beer time out because you drank the whole thing without letting me taste it. So can we take a beer time out real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's take a beer time because we cut all this stuff.
I don't know why.
Ready?
I
It'll be like 1
thought you
second on
drank
the
it.
episode. It'll be like, boom, we're
Yeah,
back. Okay, let's take a beer time out.
All right, cool.
We're back. We're back. And we have a new beer, and I have my raspberry wheat. So let me try this out. Found out I am a fan of Stout. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks again, Evan, for having
course.
us. See, this is my wheelhouse. Like this is my comfortability
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
It's like a light. That is
Sam Adams cherry wheat is my
That's
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like my kind of my thing. So the one thing I wanted to ask, we were just on the topic of traveling. You talked about Detroit, how you got here.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, some of your favorite cities domestically and internationally that you've been to. Just like maybe
Sure.
a couple, 2 or 3.
Domestically, let's see. I really enjoyed Dallas, actually.
Okay.
Dallas was a lot of fun. Nashville was great. It's a gift and a curse, but New Orleans. I've gone to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, for a bunch of stuff. I love the city, but I've also indulged quite a bit when I'm there. So it's one of those things my wife probably wouldn't like that I love New Orleans as much as I love it, but New Orleans is great. New Orleans is a really fun city.
What about internationally?
Internationally? So we just went to Copenhagen last year around this time. Like, loved it.
Is that what's Copenhagen? Where's that?
Copenhagen? I'll make sure that I'm
Shoot.
saying it right. It's Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
So because we flew into Frankfurt, Germany, and then we went
Put
to
you on the
Hamburg.
spot there. You got
Yeah, no,
nervous
right.
there.
Like,
You
make
got
sure I'm
nervous.
like, it's in Denmark.
Got
Copenhagen,
nervous.
Denmark. Well, because we took a train from Germany to Copenhagen, and then flew out of Copenhagen. But it's like
And you
Denmark.
loved it.
Loved it.
Where else?
I did a bachelor party in the Philippines. That was a lot of fun. So we went to Cebu in the Philippines.
You did your bachelor party.
No,
in the
it was one of
Philippines.
my Air Force buddies' bachelor parties.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend.
Is he Filipino?
No. He just looked, again, we wanted to go to a cool tropical place that, our money would go a little further. So we love Cebu, of just beautiful beaches. Like, we got this amazing like beachfront cottage. Honestly, we went to Hamburg, Germany. I'm a huge Christmas person. If we got Christmas stuff. I love, and we just did a holiday market that was supposed to be kind of like a German. We had mulled wine and all kind of fun stuff. So we had a really good time in Hamburg, Germany. So we do love.
Where was the best beer? Was it Germany?
Germany,
I was gonna say it had to been Germany.
Yeah.
Dude, the
Germany.
Lions might play in Germany next year.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's like
St.
a whole
Brown,
thing,
baby.
yeah, because
Let's
he
get it.
speaks German.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all going, right? Let's make a pact. Let's make
We're
a
all
pact.
going,
I
yeah.
seriously will
On the
go.
block.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
I mean, like,
We're going.
I'm
We're starting, like,
interested.
Roar is looking at getting distribution. So we follow a bunch of, like, German Lions accounts, and they all follow us back. And, like,
Does Amon Ra follow you back?
No, not
Amon Ra.
We're gonna get him. Yeah.
He's going to follow
Please,
this account.
hey, that would be tough.
We're gonna push this out. We're say, guys, come on.
so we're,
Amon Ra.
yeah, we love, I mean,
Roll through.
I just would love to. Ooh,
Party foul.
party foul. There
Party
you go.
foul. That's all right.
It's
Gotta
all
drink.
good. We got plenty. No,
No,
worries.
that's crazy.
We
but
make it here.
we made a pact. We are going if they're playing in Germany.
I will go.
Evan,
Oh,
Shane,
they're
and Kyle.
they are.
Million
They're playing in
Acer
Germany.
in too, no?
I'm,
Yeah. We're
And it's
bringing
a
the
direct
podcast
flight.
there.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
again, we
awesome.
follow a couple accounts here, and again, we literally were there this time. We flew on Christmas Day last year to
Yeah.
go to Germany, and we loved it.
We keep drinking these beers, six more beers, or we're gonna book.
Oh, we're
the
gonna buy the
We're
flight
gonna book
right
it
now.
right
Yeah.
now, like,
The
Miss
game's not
Lion.
even booked
Yeah.
yet. The game's not booked, but we're booked. Yeah.
And again, honestly, again, just we want Roar to be sports. Obviously, Roar is a lion and tiger roars.
Yeah.
The lions roar, the tigers roar, and the Pistons, Motor City Pistons, the engine roars. Like engine roar.
I didn't think about that.
And
Yeah.
then in hockey and soccer, in
Hockey
hockey and
and
soccer,
soccer.
when we score, the whole crowd roars. So I wanted something that was like across all sports. Like, what can we do? What is like super fun? The Lions have been super awesome. Like, they actually gave us this jersey.
Oh, did they? That's
that's
sweet.
like they made us our own custom jersey for with Roar and 25 on it.
That's awesome.
For our grand opening.
The Lions did that?
The Lions did that for
Sick.
us.
That's
yeah.
really nice.
How did that happen? Did you guys reach out to them, or they reached out to
it was
you?
actually so we had in March when we had our soft opening. We had a soft launch, and crazy enough, we're the first Black-owned brewery in the city of Detroit, which is wild to think.
Yeah, surprising.
So we got a lot of earned media because it's like Detroit is a majority black city, and it's like
How?
I
It's
know,
almost
right?
like how.
I didn't even want I feel like somebody from 1850. You're like, we opened this brewery back then,
Right, like somebody-
So we checked with historians, we double checked with the National Black Brewers Association. Like, yeah, no, there's never been a black-owned brewery in the city
Wow.
of Detroit. So we got a lot of earned media. So somebody from the Lions team saw that and reached out. And also they have a band. They actually performed here. Like it's been a cool. They gave us a bunch of swag to give away at the grand opening and afterwards. Like the Lions have been a really
That's
cool
awesome.
partner. And we
So,
really appreciate
so
it.
I had a question that was written down, and it was for me as a client of a place. Like for me, that doesn't matter. So, but what does it mean for you personally to be the first black brewery ever in Detroit? What does it mean for you personally?
It's one of those, like, it wasn't something that we wanted to kind of lead with, like that. We want to make really good beer. And we want to have a good, really good.
That's
thing,
why
right?
I say
So
what I said. I don't say it in the sense I love that for you, and I just kind of want to hear your.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I can't wait till the day we get to. There aren't firsts of everything, right? Like we're still in this time where there's like
still
the
happening.
first,
Congratulations on being the 100th black brewery.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
you're the 100th or the 1000th, right?
Yeah. You want to pick that up?
That is someone calling the brewery to say, "Are you open?" Guaranteed.
It will be. We're already drinking.
They got what, 2-3 more hours?
Yeah,
5 o'clock?
People always call it. Like, are you guys open yet? Like, no, not yet.
That's
Don't
good.
worry, don't worry, we'll chop that up.
You got
But-
people eager. You got people eager
So,
to get here.
so again, why for you
It's
this one?
it's
Okay.
got to be
Oh,
like kind of like a fist away.
Fist away. Okay. Is that better?
I would say more like in front of him, right?
Like
Perfect.
this? Okay.
Yeah. So why personally for you, or what do you take from it personally to be recognized as the first black brewery in Detroit?
Honestly, it's really humbling just to think of all the great, kind of entrepreneurs who came before me, who've opened up bars and other thing, and to do something that I already had a passion to do and really wanted to do, and then to find out that we're the first black owned like that, we got a lot of really good support for it, and it's just honestly it's just humbling. Like again, I want to live in the world where there aren't the first, like that's not like Jackie Robinson. That to me, like that's the first guy in MLB, right? Like so now we don't have to worry. But so we want to also teach people. If people are interested in beer or fall in love with beer, we're the first, we want to be the last. So we want to make sure that we provide information. If we offer tours, or if people are interested in doing collabs, like we want to give them the opportunity to be like, here, like try this beer, come out and have a good time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about that in the sense of it being important. Again, you want that mix and diversity just for every reason. You want people to see it and say like, this is something I never thought of.
Right.
Maybe something just to, pique someone's interest for a lot of good reasons,
Right.
and make people believe in themselves.
Right. And that anything is possible, right? So like,
Yeah,
again,
right.
I serve this country
If you-
to fight for this country,
Yeah.
right? Like I was like, I do believe anything's possible if you want it. But again, I also know I wasn't a huge beer drinker until I joined the military and kind of got exposed to it, right? So I feel like we have, I don't want to say we specialize in a lot of first-time beer drinkers, but we have a lot of first-time beer drinkers who come to support, and they're like learning, like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that this is what beer could be.
Yeah.
And then that, I had that spark, and that spark turned into me now owning a brewery, right?
That's
like
awesome.
you never know what spark and what it can cause, like a fire down line that like
100%.
turns into a passion,
Yeah.
or so that's the kind of thing where like if we can be someone's introduction and they have a great time here, they have a birthday party here, they have an event here, and then they're like, wow, like I didn't know anything about beer, and now I want to, own beer or invest in beer or do something in the beer space. Like that's cool that we have that opportunity, and there's not as many diverse spaces. Like I think didn't know this until opening, but less than 1% of brewers are black owned. And I'm like, oh, that's wild. There's all these numbers where for me, I'm just living my life, and then like you find out that there's all these kind of facts associated with different
That's
things
awesome.
that you're doing.
That also reminds me, I meant to ask this earlier. So my brother's 5 years older than me. And he said to me, like back in the day, he was like, look, I just don't drink light beer anymore. He's like, I just don't want anything to do with it. Like I only drink craft beer. And that's when I was in college and I was drinking a lot of light beer. And I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. And then I grew up and I'm like, now I feel like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with light beer. Like, is that how you feel? Like, do you even drink light beer anymore?
That's a great question.
Very rare. I mean, like if I'm like at home and I'm like completely just want something
Hammered.
Yeah. But I'm like or at really it's like barbecue beer, right? Like I feel like I don't know.
There's a time and a place for it.
What's the
feel
best
like-
light beer? What's the best light beer?
Oof, I don't know. That's tough.
Say
I mean,
1, 2, 3, go.
I mean, I honestly would probably, for me, it's probably a Bud Light. I mean, a Bud Light. I like Budweiser, and I also went to the brewery tour for Budweiser when I was in Wyoming. So like, I kind of so it was almost like I was like being, I don't want to say reborn as an adult, but like because I went to Budweiser and I then they gave me a lot of free samples. I drank a lot of Bud Light. I was like, oh, this is good because I like a Natty Light or a PBR. They're great, but yeah, I'd probably say Bud Light.
Hey, you know what the great Dominic Toretto says, right?
What does he say? Oh, family.
Says he says you can have any brewer you want as long as it's a Corona.
Oh, Corona. See, and that's my wife's favorite. Corona's good, but they get the little whatever. But yeah,
I had to drop
Corona
it.
Light?
Kobe hates it.
I
so
hate
much.
Fast and Furious. He loves it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it's family. Like, yeah. Budweiser, if you want to invest in us, like,
No,
it's family. Then
a quick question: how many days a year do you drink a beer?
Whew, you're trying
At
to
least
get me
have one.
caught. Again, I still have my top secret clearance. So
This is more math,
You know,
yeah.
like no. I mean, I probably drink. I mean,
Even
a
one
couple
counts. That's a day. You're in. You're clocked in.
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
days
I
are you having at
mean,
least a beer?
Owning a brewery, it's got to be higher than the average individual.
Right. I think for me, I'm not drinking. I'm sampling. Right. So I sample
So,
beer
yeah.
good amount of the time. I would probably say like 3 times a week, 3-4 times. Like I'm not over here every single day because that would be a lot. And I don't want to get tired of my product either. Right. Like
That's true.
That's a big thing. Like I think I mentioned I invested in this ice cream company. Like you can get tired. I was eating so much of that ice cream that I kind of got inundated with it. So yeah, I'd probably it's like 3 to 4 times a week. I'm sampling a beer.
Yeah, and you got profits to make. You know, you don't want to get high on your own supply.
100%,
So,
no, that's-
if you drink all your own beer, what are you going to do? You don't make any profit.
And then it's exactly. I'm the biggest customer of my So I'd probably say 2 to 3 times a week.
You said 3 or 4 first.
2 to 3, 3 to 2.
So three. Three's the number.
Three's in there, right? So
3 times a week, 52. You drink
3 to 4.
150 days a year. You're having some
I'm
beer.
just drinking again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even own a brewery, and I'm probably the same. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, I mean, I feel like football season every Sunday I'm drinking a beer. So like,
Oh, I mean,
that's
that's
like a
a given.
default. I don't even
That's
count that as a like that's part.
You're
so
locked in. Now we're in the playoffs. You're locked in for 19 days of getting
Of just,
pretty
yeah,
toasty.
if you don't drinking a beer during the game is like part of. That's why we wanted to do Sports Center.
yes.
Like,
Also, so I want to ask about. So where is your? You're going to say Detroit right now, but where is your your sports affiliation stand? Is it California?
I mean, I will always be a Laker fan. So
Yeah,
I am.
Kobe, rest in peace.
I mean, Kobe,
baby.
rest in peace. I mean, that like Kobe feels like he's an older brother to me. Like as far as like growing up in Detroit, my dad would take us to the games. Like we went to the Staples Center, now the Crypto.com arena. But we would go to the Staples Center and watch Kobe and Shaq. And like, I am a Lakers fan through and through.
I watch us beat Kobe
I was going to say. So
in
when
the
the
Palace,
Pistons
in the finals.
Sure, yeah.
As a 14-year-old,
Yeah.
13-year-old.
Yes, the Pistons. Yes, the bad boys Pistons. Again, it's weird because it's kind of like it's like mentally separating because it's like the Pistons. Like I now live here, but I'm like, yeah, the Pistons are not. I'm a Laker fan, but when I
Still?
oh. I mean,
I don't
honestly,
expect him to switch
I can't,
over.
So that's the one
Switch,
I will not.
switch.
Again, I like I do enjoy the Pistons. We have the Pistons here. That Grant Hill is one of my favorite. Like growing up, I had Grant Hill shoes. I have a Grant Hill jerseys. Like I loved Grant Hill. And as part of the Pistons, but as a Laker fan, that was hard. But we never had so when I was growing up in Pasadena, right outside of Los Angeles, we didn't have a football team. So like I was kind of a Chargers fan, but I was more of a Chargers fan because my dad was a Raiders fan. And then we would go to Chargers Raider games and I want to be like go against them. But I was never, so like I am a full on Lions fan, right? Like it's not even close. Like now I'm like, I feel emotionally invested in the Lions, which is weird because I'm not from here.
Yeah.
No, you are now.
I mean, now
No,
I am,
you're
now I'm from.
You're
and
written in. I mean, if you have a business here, you're
I mean,
all the
I
right
own a home
world.
here. My kids all go to DPS schools. Like I'm very much so Lions, and then same thing. Red. I didn't. They had the like. I was never a big Dodgers fan, so I'm a big Tigers fan.
That's
so
awesome.
You're
one
ingrained.
team that I'm not. I can't lie and pretend that I'm not a Laker.
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, but
Like,
you
I'm
root
like-
for the because for
Yeah.
instance, there was a dead period with the Pistons from 2008-ish to 17. Once we got Blake Griffin, we kind of like jumped back in, like,
Right.
maybe we can do something here
Yeah.
a little bit, get in the mix. Nothing too serious, but we were all diehard, as teenagers, 12, 13, 14, Pistons fans, we win the chip. Then dead.
Right.
So I become the biggest Kobe fan. Like
Okay.
I cried my eyes out when he died.
Yeah, that was hard
It was
for her. That was
super
like, yeah.
difficult. Like
Yeah.
so like I'm a huge Kobe guy through and through. My confirmation name, like I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like so they're like pick a name. I was like, okay, Kobe. And
You
they're
chose Kobe?
They're like,
That's-
you can't choose Kobe.
I love that.
And I was like, and so I
was
picked
like,
John Paul.
Right, exactly.
For the Pope, I
Okay.
picked John Paul, and then in the O I put a basketball because God,
You gotta-
know
you
that
gotta-
it's
gotta-
really
it was
Kobe.
still-
it was still
it's
in there a
really
little bit.
Kobe.
First
My-
thing first, rest in peace, Kobe. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, again, yeah, my
that's a good story though. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
I like your allegiance
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So no, I can't.
DCFC, how does it cut?
Oh,
People
we
can
love DCFC. So
It's gonna be
they've been-
awesome once they get that
Their
new
new stadium in
stadium.
general, like they've given
It's
us
sick.
so many tickets to give away. Like we,
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys are gonna have a good partnership. I feel
yeah.
like.
I mean, again, we really have partnered with like the sports teams have been very gracious with us, and they know
love
that
it.
we're right. We're super. Even the new WNBA team, like we're excited when they come through.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I heard about
but again, that's one of those things where I am like I will Pistons over any other team in the league,
Yeah.
other than the Lakers.
Sure.
Like, that's the only play.
That's
I'm like,
fair.
But
I don't want to pretend. I don't want to be like a bandwagon, like jump off like this.
right. Yeah. So when the Pistons aren't playing the Lakers, you're cheering
Exactly.
for
I'm
the
a Pistons
Yeah,
fan.
that's-
Like I've
that's
gone
fair.
to Piston
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Like I love the Pistons. Like
Yeah.
I am rooting for them.
on
But-
topic with that, so he was just at the Dallas Lions game,
Mm-hmm.
and I like Cade was on before, and he's like, "Oh man, Cowboys going to the Super Bowl." And I posted on my story, I go, Cade betrays entire city
wow.
by salacious claims or whatever. Like, and then Cade the next day, like he's saying, look, guys, it'd be insane for me not to root for my Cowboys. I grew up loving them.
Yeah.
It's the same shit as you.
It's hard.
the
It's
same shit.
hard, and that's what I'm saying. You never want the two to meet, right? Like one of my best friends still works for the Lakers. He works as the equipment manager, so he travels with the team. And like I don't, whenever they play against the Pistons, I'm like, ugh, it's like one of those.
No, I get it. But you're still going Lakers.
But you got,
Gotta
but yeah,
stick with
some
your
things
team.
you got to be, you got to be real.
Which says a lot about you is loyalty. Like if I say I move to Miami, I'm not stopping rooting for Detroit
yeah.
fans because I live
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Miami.
No,
like,
I
that shit
100%
would never
respect
happen.
that you
Yeah.
Would never
are
happen.
still a Lakers guy because I hate when I meet people that are like our buddy Spencer. He's just a Cleveland
son's-
Indians fan.
Yeah.
His dad's from here. He grew up here. His dad's a diehard Tigers fan. I'm like, why are you a Indians fan? And
Yeah.
you have zero reason. You have a reason. So I'm
Right.
like, I love that.
He
Like, I support
Panthers
that.
gear on his son.
Yeah, and he just moved. Yeah, he moved down
Yeah,
to Charlotte.
and again, my kids are like obsessed with all things sports, like especially my middle child, and like he'd probably disown me if I like again claim anything other than Detroit teams.
Love that.
that's-
I love
so,
that.
like, that's-
Sounds
again,
like your middle son's smart.
Yeah, yeah.
So real quick, back to this place too. So you have a lot of art and a lot of different Detroit sports teams. It's awesome. Where did all that come from? Like,
We had them all custom made for us.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we
They're
had them all custom made because we wanted to kind of show off the different. So we have like all the kind of the main logos up there. We have some like secondary or old school logos, and then we also, even when designing our logo, we wanted it to be not very many people. Hopefully, you guys see that there's a roar in the main, right?
not so right now, but that's awesome.
Oh, no,
it's
no,
in the,
no,
it's
no.
in the
Wild
main.
that
Yeah,
people-
yeah.
yeah.
No one sees that.
I-
No one sees.
Well,
I'm saying only like 30% of people don't, and I'm like
30% of people. See
yeah,
it.
I'm saying
Yeah.
30% of
Ace.
people might see it.
Ace.
70%.
Do you see it?
Ace, come here. It's no. I have a question for you.
Oh, I do see it.
Ace, should his frame be off kilter like that? You want to get him more center? I just peeped that. Oh no, I know when you slide. Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, no, that's cool. I can say so. No,
You really think 30% of
no,
people?
not 30%.
Only 30% of people see it. 30
That's
to
what I
40%,
mean.
which
Oh,
for me,
okay, that makes more sense.
I'm saying
Yeah, yeah.
60 to 70% of people don't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for me, I
No,
designed it.
90% of people don't see it.
Well, I'm like, no, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, some people.
Now it's clear as day.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah, like,
For
I
me,
can't miss it
as the
now.
one who designed it, I was like, oh, I want it to be hidden, but
Yeah.
it's so obvious to me. And
It's
I
like
even
one
lit
of
it
those
up.
Instagram videos where you see somebody like do that and they like, I'm going to take the Pistons logo and make it into a new Pistons. And then they would do that and they would put Pistons in the main or something.
Right.
And you did that with
I
your
did that
logo.
with
It's
that,
sick.
yeah. Because
So you designed that shit?
Yeah, I designed it. What,
Holy
honestly,
shit.
I also own a small art gallery next to our cafe.
Coffee. Let's do the list. Coffee.
Coffee,
Ice cream.
art
beer.
gallery, beer. Yeah.
Real estate.
Real estate, yes.
Real
I own a
estate.
couple apartment buildings. Yeah.
Also, just so the people that are listening to this know, it's an image of a lion,
We'll throw it up. Yeah.
and there's a mane, but it says ROAR in there, and I didn't notice.
I mean, which is, to me, as one who I was like,
Clear as day now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I made it like over and I lit it up, but people still don't see it.
Yeah.
So that's one of those. So
No one sees
and that's
it.
when I'm like, when you look at it, what do you? Because I can only see it with it. It's like, so you just see a lion.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, for me, I'm like, I can't.
Oh
I'm
my!
like,
I've
there's
seen
this-
it everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
no,
all
I'm
over the
saying,
place
it's
now.
like
I'm not-
literally, like it's everywhere, and all the logo is like very prominent. So yeah. So anyway, so that's one of those.
Which I want to bring it up too, because like you have a few things, but you have a lot. Like it's cool. Like it's cool that's all custom made. How did you just hit some random person up like a woodworker and like
Yeah, literally. We Michigan.
You think that's
woodworker.
wood?
It is
Nice.
wood.
Oh.
Oh, I know my wood. I know my wood.
This is all real wood because we wanted to
know my wood.
What about this guy over here at the end of the bar? It's like
Did
a
she hear
puppet.
that? He said he knows.
which one?
The thing at the end of the bar.
Oh, you're talking about that's our mascot.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like a puppet.
Is there a
like
name?
Yeah, it's a
things.
puppet.
Yeah,
It's
Is
named
there a
Growly. Yeah, that's Growly, our mascot.
Growly
He's-
the mascot. I love
Growly
that.
is like me growing up. I grew up. My dad worked for Disney, so I went to and we lived in right outside of LA, so we would go to Disneyland a lot. So I fell. I'm not a Disney head, but I fell in love with Disney. So I wanted, when building Roar, I wanted a mascot. Kind of how like Walt Disney has Mickey. I was like, oh, this is Growly.
Yeah.
So Growly is same thing. Like the roar is in his mane. He's a puppet. I met this like really cool puppet master or puppet creator who, and now he's making all our tap handle heads. Like it has roar in the thing. It's like it says it in the mane. You can make him roar.
Yeah.
Like he's a
Oh,
cool
really?
little-
That's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. He's like a
Nice.
cool little.
Are you in grocery stores? We were just talking about it before.
Yeah.
We
So
were curious. He's like, I
I
definitely
swear I've
had
seen it. Or
Yeah,
I
I'm
might
like,
have bought it.
No,
Yeah.
not yet. So we
Not
are
yet.
going into. So Roar,
liar,
we are
once
getting
again,
into
on record.
bars, restaurants, and grocery stores. Literally, if the government shutdown hadn't happened, he's doing stuff.
Oh, that's part of the thing.
yeah. So we just got approval. So we are now reaching out to bars and restaurants and grocery stores right now.
But not there's like small liquor stores. Like you're not in
Not
those
yet.
either.
Though literally
Everything.
in the new year, that's already happening. So
Yeah, I
we're
don't
doing. We already have our distributor. So shout out anybody who wants to carry Roar. Any bar, restaurant wants to carry Roar. Hit us
Yeah.
up. We are.
You can do that? You have the capacity to do that?
Yeah, so we are with our license, because we have our full Class C, we have full liquor here. We brew the beer. We formulate the formulas here, and we brew. We create everything here, but in order to sell into grocery stores, restaurants, it's a slightly different license than what we have.
Okay.
So we're working with a co-packer.
Gotcha.
So we're working with a co-packer, and then that gives us the ability to sell
do it.
statewide.
So you're live with that.
Oh yeah,
Are you actively pushing that? Like you calling places?
Oh,
like you got
100%.
like
Oh yeah, my team right now, we literally we're messaging we're starting in Detroit, but we're messaging every bar and restaurant. Just to
I
say,
got
hey,
a guy
what's up?
for you.
You got somebody?
Went
for
to
me?
high school. Fadi. Shout out Fadi. Benstein Liquor.
Mansour?
We'll call him. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
call him
literally,
up.
we're all
Yeah.
about it. I mean,
It's like
Fadi, great
Chaldeans,
beer.
man.
Great beer. You got to
Yeah.
carry it.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
Chaldeans got the connections,
They
baby.
do.
They do.
They own a lot of grocery stores and a lot of good stuff. So,
Yeah, they're the best, too.
So yeah,
We love 'em. We got a lot of good
would
Chaldean
love a
friends.
good connection, because we want to be in different restaurants, different liquor stores, and different grocery stores. So
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So one thing you and I talked about now before was you guys don't have a mug club, like a traditional thing. You said you might be, tweaking ideas. So kind of run everybody through what you currently have in terms of the season passes, and
Sure.
explain to Shane, because I'm sure he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Because it is unique and it's pretty cool. What he's
Yeah.
doing.
So when we were making a mug club, like when we were making our beer club, we wanted to figure out a way to make it kind of more unique. So we have like a year annual where you get $2 off of beers and a $1.75 off of flights. But we wanted to also you can get season passes. So if you wanted to get one with it would run the length of the Lion season, or MLB, or DCFC for soccer.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
like it's a discounted rate, but it runs with it, and then we're offering special promos to those people in that club. So it's almost like a club within the thing, within the beer club. So it's like if we get Lions merch, because we reach out to the Lions, like, hey, can we get? We've raffled off signed footballs. We've raffled off. We raffled off a bunch of stuff. They gave us
Did Aiden
Jersey.
give anything yet?
So we got it from the Lions organization.
Oh,
proper.
yeah, it comes through them. It's not gonna come through the
Yeah,
players.
it hasn't come through the players. Again, shout out any players who want to help. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd love to partner with you and do anything. But we've given out several things. So that was the idea, was like, if you're in that club, and that way, if you're coming for home games or away games, like you build up and you like come with the same people.
Yep.
So we're not going to get rid of it completely. Like we're excited about growing it as a concept. Because I think that's really part of, like, it's cool. Like, all right, we all come for games and we get discounts off, and we want to carpool together or whatever, like kind of build up that camaraderie.
Is it applicable during non-game days though?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you still get your discounts. Or
You get
whatever.
anytime during
In
the
season.
season.
Yeah.
season.
I like
so
that.
you
That's
can pay
unique.
for an annual. Yeah, you can pay for an annual. Then it's year round. But if you want, so like the NFL, it's a shorter season, right?
Yeah.
Compared to MLB. So
Right.
like it's $100 versus $150.
Right.
So you say $50, but then like we want to be your place that you come when you watch the game. Like you're gonna come because you get beer cheap. It's $2. I think if we do $2 off a pint, like
I
that's,
love the idea. It's great. Have you seen that anywhere else? Like, I've never heard of that just being like a seasonal thing. Like, I think it's a good idea.
I don't know. We kind of just came when we were talking to different sports fans. Like, they're like, wouldn't it be cool if it was like during the game? So no, we haven't. And we've taken some really good concepts from other breweries. Like throughout, like I went to a lot of breweries in different states. Like even we have like a pay it forward wall here where you can buy a beer for somebody else.
Oh, nice.
And I learned that up in Alaska at.
How does that
Midnight
work?
Sun.
Like, I walk in, I do it, and then the next person that walks in, they immediately get a beer?
Here. Yeah, I'll show you right now. Here's one. Like, look at this.
Yeah. Wait, it's like a riddle.
We teach chemistry at the high school.
Beer is on amber.
Here's on amber.
So literally,
it's the
there's
periodic
receipts.
table.
No, but or no, look. So like basically, you go up. We have a whole wall full of
Female
them.
Air Force.
I got you. I
So
got
we
you.
have we have like hundreds of these, right? Or not hundreds. We have like 50 of these, right?
Wait,
So then
So
how
these
do
are
you,
customers.
Yeah, so then-
they are buying beer. So like
but who is the recipient of the
you
good?
have to match whatever's on the card. So like for this one, so if you teach chemistry,
Oh.
so you just come up and say, "Hey, I'm a chemistry teacher," or that one says if you're a female Air Force veteran.
Yeah.
So like you just walk up and then you find something that matches you, and then you hand it in, and then
Oh, so they're all
whatever's in the
pinned.
receipt
They're all
is
pinned up there.
They're all pinned up there.
Gotcha.
So we have.
I get it.
So
That's a
like
great idea.
Literally, so one, it's fun because you can buy, and so there was this brewery in Alaska that we would go to, and it was like they had a whole wall full of them, and every single time we went, like you just spend time reading them all, and
Yeah,
you're like,
that's-
and then you find one that works, and then you like,
I got to get a free beer.
right, you
Yeah,
get it,
yeah.
well, you get it, but then you always put one back up, right?
You know what the worst
So,
part
like,
about that is? I feel like it's not because this is good nature. Like someone come in and be like, yeah, I'm a chemistry teacher.
No,
He would come in here and do that.
No,
he would
I
be like,
know,
I'm a
I was saying,
chemistry
I would
teacher.
say,
No, I would do something a lot worse. What I would do is I'd come buy a beer and say, if your name is Shane Copey, you can get an next beer. And the next time I come in, I'm just buying myself
so
beer.
people do. So well, we actually encourage that. So that one of the rules is like if you come back in and it hasn't been redeemed, you can always redeem it yourself.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And if not, like you can buy beer literally for people in the future. So like if you know like
should do
families
that.
coming
Yeah,
in,
shame.
like this will be like this is for Hazen. Like we have one for Hazen. So they know Hazen like is a very rare name. So they're like Hazen. Next time you're in here, like this is for you.
And you gotta show an
people
ID to
can
be
come in.
Hazen.
That's sweet. Yeah,
so like
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole point is like you have
You have a
and-
backfall where like no one claims it, I'll take it.
Right,
like,
but
yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
like super serious for it. Like, oh my, like you need to match it. But
Yeah.
like sometimes it'll be like if your favorite song is this, like we're not gonna be like, is it really your favorite
Yeah,
song?
yeah.
Right, like
Sing
show
the
me your-
lyrics.
like, I need you to see like
Show me your Spotify end of the year rap.
Right, and, like if it's not on there, but people come up with like there's like really cool, like
Yeah.
people will put,
That's cool.
like
That's-
really
Again, it
cool
goes back
music.
to the community.
It goes back to community,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like it's fun. You walk in and like every single time when anybody walks in for the first time, like, hey, go look at the wall. Somebody might have already bought you a beer, and like people go and they're like, oh my goodness, this matches me, and then they write their own, or even if it doesn't match them, they'd be interested to put another one. And there's military related ones. Like I think I have one for like if you're 3 or 4 vets, like you can buy a whole pitcher of stout for you, right? So
Nice.
like those are like fun things. So when you come and redeem it, you're like, oh, this is fun. So yeah, it's just again unapologetic fun is something we try to do.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
So
I love
Kobe,
it.
it is the giving season. So I talked to Evan before, and I said, one, we're gonna give out a season pass to the people. One of the people watching, we're gonna figure out, a lucky, like our post,
All
and
right,
you like it.
for one of the-
and then I got you one as well.
What'd you get me?
eat whatever one you want. I don't know if you want a Pistons one or a Tigers in season pass. So now you are
Now I'm a season member.
You're a
Wow.
oh
You
yeah.
are.
This is.
I appreciate we've been having fun shooting
Yeah,
these shows.
yeah.
So I wanted to give you, I wanted to give you something to say thanks.
I'm gonna have
for.
to think hard on that.
So
well,
you're
I can't do Pistons right now because I'm halfway through the season.
I mean,
or is it
it's
good for
got-
next
it's
year?
It's good. I mean,
Is it good every-
We could figure. I mean, again,
We'll
let
figure
me know.
something out.
Yeah,
Something
I'm the
out.
owner.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll
but
make
But I
sure
wanted to get you on, so when you come down here, that you're entitled to come here and bring whoever.
Yeah,
Because you come down
100%.
here a lot. He's a big beer guy. He's a big cocktail guy.
Yeah,
So
and I
he'll
haven't
come
been
through.
here, and I live close. I live in Oak Park, so
And he'll
I'm
want
close
to
to
you're
where
here.
I'm at, yeah.
He'll want to come through. He'll have 6-7 beers. I'll save him $15-$20 every
Yeah,
time
I mean,
he comes
$2
in.
per pint. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah,
No,
thanks.
now that I've been here, I'm coming
Now
back
you're
all the time.
season
This place is
and
awesome.
you're season
And I'm season
holder now.
Season holder, yeah,
Season
so-
mug. Yeah, do we have a name for it yet? Is it
Yeah,
like
I mean, we call it. I mean, our season pass.
Season pass, so I'm a season
we-
pass.
I made you
We'll
a
print
season
out a
pass
card. We have
holder.
like a laser etcher in our office.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
print out a cuss like with your name on it,
Love
and
it.
that'll
So I
be
got
yours.
you, man.
love it? Love
Hey,
it.
Merry
love
Christmas.
it.
Oh, that's kind.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
no
Appreciate it.
problem,
I think
no
I'm
problem.
going Tigers too. I gotta go Tigers.
Yeah, you gotta go
That
Tigers.
would be fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
opening
yeah.
day. That would be good. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm trying to look at the rest of my notes, and
Well, so I wanted to ask. Obviously, you want to promote your own beer. You're brewing your own beer, but then you have some other beers in the fridge. And I've always wondered that when I go to breweries, like, how do you decide what beers I'm going to keep that aren't ours?
Sure. So we have our full class C. So we have liquor, we have wine, we have non-alcoholic, a bunch of non-alcoholic options. But for us, if we're going to carry another beer, it's going to be one that we can't make in-house.
Okay.
So like we're not making NA beers in-house. Like it's the science of it. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Same thing with sours. Like I feel like to make a really good sour, you need to have that aged oak, fermented over many times. So we work with Jolly Pumpkin in order to provide a sour beer. Because like for me, if I go to a brewery, it's like, hey, can I get your sour? And if we don't have one that we make in house, like, I want to give a really good sour.
Yeah.
So really, for us as a brewery, we want to round out our offerings and make sure that people are able to have, if we're not able to create it in house, but we obviously want to sell our beers first because we're making it right here.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Because I saw. I mean, what do you have? The Athletic in there.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because that's not even Michigan or anything, is it?
It's non-alcoholic though.
Oh, that's a non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
NAs, not a fan.
Yeah.
They make alcoholic beer too, right? The brewery.
I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe I've seen them a ton of times.
Yeah,
I've
they're-
almost bought them before, and I
Yeah.
didn't know they were non-alcoholic.
They're NA, yeah. So the only alcoholic beer that we have mead over there, but the only alcoholic beer that we have that we don't make is a
Gotcha.
sour.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that's an NA option that we don't make.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah,
Because I saw the fridge. I'm like, why did they pick that one beer?
We're gonna start selling Coors, like
Yeah.
or Bud Light, right?
Yeah.
No, but it's kind of, I mean, one of those. Yeah, if you're a brewery, you're gonna sell your own beer, like
Yeah, 100%.
And we make it here, so it's gonna get.
Do you
our
get
lowest
pissed when
margin.
people buy liquor? I mean, obviously you're getting business, so you really don't give a shit probably. But would you prefer someone to come in here and have beer, or like making a cocktail? You're like, oh,
So
cocktail.
preference 100%. We would prefer it, but we understand, like, we get mixed
You want
tables
it.
all the time, right? We want everybody. So like if you're going out, like my wife does not like, she's a wine drinker. She does not like beer. Her favorite beer right now is the amber and the raspberry wheat. Like those are her two favorites. But if given the option between that and a wine, she's gonna go with a wine. And so we don't want, if there's like a mixed group, they're like, oh, we're not gonna go to Roar because they only serve beer, right? So we want everyone to be happy. So we do have cocktails, we have other things, but we make beer here. So we, first and foremost, we want to sell beer, but we want everybody to have a good time. Like that's what's most important. And normally if you're coming to a brewery, there's like one or two people in that group that are gonna drink some good amount of beer. And then a couple other people might just grab food and grab a seltzer or a cider, and we're completely okay with that. Like,
Love it.
that's something too. Like, we want to not be discriminatory. Like, we like, come and have a good time. Like, come play. Like in the summer we play yard pong out here. We have all the game. Like, we're just like, come enjoy yourself. Like, it doesn't, even if you come here and you
Dude, the
don't drink
summer
beer.
here is perfect. Like I saw you guys, even in the winter, you guys had the fire going.
Yeah, we had
out
the
here.
fire pit.
Like,
We
even in
had-
the winter, you guys set it up so people, if they want to be outside,
Yeah,
like, it looks
and
nice.
that's again coming from Alaska. Like you get a blanket and a fire pit, and
Like,
people are
it's not
outside.
that
bad. I'm all about it.
Michiganders
Yeah.
are not as like outside friendly as Alaska's.
Well,
Like,
they're
we're-
way more outside
Than a lot
I'm
of
from the
places.
other side
Yeah.
because I told you my wife's Brazilian.
Yeah.
They're really not
Oh
outside.
yeah, no. Brazil, yes. In California, they're just like
Same California.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, Michiganders are way more outdoorsy.
Yeah.
And
For
we'll
sure.
spend some time outside. Like we could not have had. We had a Christmas market. We could not have had that
No.
in California,
No.
like, or Brazil. Yeah,
They'd
like,
be like, we can't make it today because on account of the weather.
Yeah,
Like,
people
I can
still,
I can be outside. If I bundle up, I can just sit there without a fire and drink a beer. Like
Right,
a lot
right,
of
right.
Michiganders are like that.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know, short
exactly.
period of time, maybe an hour or two, but like,
right,
you know, I'm not
or a
spending
good
5 hours.
tailgate or something
Yeah,
like that.
tailgate,
People,
yeah.
again, and we, so we've had that, and we appreciate it being, but we're also going to build a 3 seasons room out here to make sure that we have cover.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna come
Extra
out this
TVs,
way?
It'll be all out over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be
So that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, that's gonna be and we want to make it again because we understand like our tap room is a little small. We want to have an additional 80
More seating
seats out there. Yeah.
No, that'll be sweet.
What's the size of your team you have here in terms of employees?
So we have about 8 to 10 employees, like Roar proper, but I also, because we're starting to grow and my military background, I like to have like layers. So we also have like a hospitality company. So I started a hospitality company as recommendation. Techtown, they have as kind of like a CFO for hire. And she's like, hey, you might want to start a hospitality company so all your employees work for the hospitality company. And then that way you can, it streamlines a lot of things when it comes to like insurance, like your workers' comp and stuff like that. So I also have like a chief of staff and I have an executive assistant. Like, so people who work, they can help with the cafe and the brewery and my other businesses too. So like the core here is like 8 to 10 people, but then we have an additional layer of support with like my executive assistant and my chief of staff, and then so on and so on.
How many years have you owned that cafe?
Cafe is a year and a half.
Year and a half.
So yeah, I bought the building and
Can
then
you
started
make
the
a
cafe.
mean latte? Like, are you able to do the latte art? I've been
Me
trying to
personally?
work on that. Yeah.
Woof, yeah,
Can you-
I've ran the cafe a couple of times. So again,
because I just brought a Breville.
oh, right. So now
Getting
you're
it
like
started,
you're
getting started. So I'm trying
semi-professional.
to do it, and like I can show you the pictures. Every time I take it, it looks like shit.
What'd you make? Did you make a,
No,
like, a
latte.
flower? Did you do
No,
a
the
flower?
pattern, yeah.
Okay, well you gotta
But
just,
what'd you try to make?
yeah.
I pour every time, trying to just do the general.
Just trying to make
swizzle.
a
That's a little
design.
One,
So,
so
like-
like pour.
So like this was this morning. Terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. What
And
that
I'm
is.
showing the progression.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
So I'm showing the progression. So ready?
That's a
This is just that looks like a penis.
yeah. That literally looks like a penis. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the consistency though. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like.
that-
I mean,
it was, and then that looks like a swan or maybe a penis again. But
it's very abstract.
Again,
Yeah, I could do a little
how
better
long
than
did
you.
it take
Yeah,
you to do that?
exactly. I could do a little bit better than you. But I'm not. I am not. I'm not calling myself. So again, honestly, and this is one of the things.
can you do it?
I can do it. Yeah.
You can do the little heart.
But so I don't want to become. I don't want to come off as a poser and be like, oh, I'm making the best latte.
Yeah.
art. So with me and doing small business development, I am not. When I'm opening a business, my goal is not to be the subject matter expert. Like I want to hire
Find
the
them
best
and then let them grow.
work or let them grow, right? Because like if I'm not David's our head brewer, he has 25 years plus experience. I'm not going to be the guy who let me come in and tell you how to brew a beer.
think
Or
there's
same
lots
thing
to
with
be
the
said about that,
same
too.
thing about the
Yeah.
lot. Like when we're like so my goal is more on the business side. It's almost like it's Steve Jobs and Wozniak, right? And Apple, right?
I
so
get
like
what you're saying.
the guy
I get
what
who's
you're saying. 100%.
Steve Jobs is not the most techie guy, but he's going to bring the vision and bring it to life.
But you find the people that want to take an opportunity and they can take the reins by themselves. It can be a lot of things too. Sometimes they want to grow with you. Sometimes they're like, hey, I'm going to go do my own thing. So
Right.
you're just, hey, I have an opportunity for you. Take
Hey,
it where you want
let's
to go.
Yes, I'm going to work with my
You have
managers. I'm going to
skill
work with
that
yeah.
I don't have skill. I
Right.
need to fill this. Yeah,
We
no,
need to fill this
that's
gap, and then we're going to
pretty
build a
common.
great thing together, right?
I think people don't realize how common that is. It's like you can't do everything.
right. And if you try to do everything, you can quickly fall apart.
But I do want to learn how to pour
Oh
latte
yeah,
art.
again. So when I've worked the cafe many times by myself, and I'm doing some latte art. So I mean, I can get like a good little flower going. But it isn't. It's something that I learned when I bought the cafe. It wasn't like I
How's
was.
the cafe doing, by the
going
way?
good.
It's
It's
going
very-
good. What's yearly revenue for you guys there?
Ooh.
Ballpark?
These are again. My chief of staff would probably. I mean, we're 120,000, 100. Yeah,
And you're in North End, right?
we're in the north end. Yeah, 100 to 120,000. Yeah, it's like so the cafe is like your friendly neighborhood cafe. Like that, the strategic goal with the cafe was always to be that friendly neighborhood. Come in, grab a cup of coffee. Like I was never planning on growing it or turning it into this huge thing. Roar is
Yeah.
different. We want to be in restaurants. We want to be in other bars, right?
Yeah.
So like every it's hard because like again, the engine that's driving a lot of this is real estate because I own that building, and I wanted to have a really solid anchor tenant. I was looking at other cafes, and I was like, I want to start my own cafe, and same thing when I did travel around, I would go to breweries and cafes. Like those are places where people are always welcome. So the cafe, the goal with it, like we artificially keep our prices lower so that it's neighborhood friendly. Like we could start charging more per cup of coffee.
Right.
Or like people are charging like for olives, they're charging like $10 for a couple of olives. Like we are trying to keep it so that people in the neighborhood can still enjoy it. Because
Place to go for the people that live there.
people that love it, right? And we're not trying to compete. But then again, Starbucks sells for more than us, and they have better margins because they can buy in bigger bulk. Someone's like, they're making a bunch of money versus us. Like we're basically our goal is to make a little bit more than breaking even.
Yeah.
So it's all like I think in long term, like when looking at the strategic vision and when we were choosing on Detroit, like we wanted to invest in the city and grow with the city and grow as the median income rises and as people are moving in, like we want to grow with the city but still pay homage to the city and make sure that we're taking care of where we are, because we are, even though I'm like a super fan of Detroit, like literally I'm like I feel like bar for bar, I love this city. And people
That's
from
what we're
here,
all about
yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
why we have this podcast.
Yeah,
We're here to raise your voice and do
Yeah.
the best we can to show people
Yeah.
like you.
But even with that, I'm not originally from here, so I don't want to come off as like I'm trying to extract every. I just don't want. It's just more.
But is
of
Barry Sanders from here?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's again back to Kate Cunningham. Is he from here? No, but again, if you stick up for us and you show,
If you embody it, that's what I'm saying.
and
Detroit,
you embrace everything, like
100%.
dude. Again,
Detroit is. I mean, that's what
that's what it
we
is.
realized very quickly. Like as long as
you will be embraced as long as you show it. Like
if you show it
that-
and you're here and people, and that's what we have felt. And that's what, again, with our cafe in the North End and with Roar, like that's our customers, the people our community has already shown that. And we're really appreciative of that, to be honest.
Awesome. You have any other questions, Kobe? I think we hit on everything.
Yeah, I think we did.
pretty good.
We can see it in the camera. I
Is
think.
your,
I
are
just
your
think
cooks here
that's-
yet? Because I want to get that.
Oh, you
food.
look
They're not here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see if they're here, because then I want to order this. They got the spicy Roar burger.
Yeah, the spicy Roar burger.
Is the tap right on there? I mean, I think we can
I gotta
see
use
it.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
real
Is
quick.
that new? Like, is that your idea, or was that already there when you got the place? Or
Put the tap being on the. Yeah, no, that was already there.
yeah, that's
But
awesome. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Where
Yeah.
you pull directly off.
Yeah,
of?
yeah, it's all just-
I mean, several. I mean, our goal. I wish we could do if we had got really cooler. Like I would love to have all our beers just that way, because then you get it.
Yeah,
it's like the
sweet.
freshest you
Yeah,
possibly
it's
get
the
it.
freshest
It
you get
literally comes from like there is no medium. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah, there's
transfer.
no-
It's just, you're
yeah,
pulling
yeah.
straight off of the from the source.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, like that we do. So depending on what we're selling, like again, that's a partnership we did with Wayne State, and which we were really excited that they.
Yeah, what's the people at Wayne State? Is there a degree to make beer? Like,
I mean, there's schoolcraft. Like, so yes, there's like it's not through a college. There's like different brewer schools you can go through.
Okay.
And that's where they teach you like all the formalities. So,
Gotcha.
Even our assistant brewer went through schoolcraft in order to get his degree and then learn how to become a brewer.
Nice.
Because again, there's a good amount of chemistry that goes along.
oh,
with
for
it.
sure, it's literally science.
Yeah, it's literally science.
Yeah, you're literally Walter White in the lab.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like, and you're like adding different ingredients and trying to get that perfect product and make sure
Yeah.
that it doesn't
Yeah.
ferment, too much and vice versa.
I figured it. I just didn't know what it was called. Like, I was like, I know that exists, but yeah.
Right. So yes, no, you can get your brewer's a degree in like brewing science kind of a deal.
Okay.
And then, but no, our partnership with Wayne State was more their athletic department. They were looking for they're like, hey, we can sell, like they passed a new law last year where you can sell beer at stadiums, and they're like trying to figure out how to sell beers in stadiums. And they're like, hey, they saw the news article, they came and they're like, hey, we'd love to, would you like to make a beer for us? Like, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
like,
that's
let's do
awesome.
it. So we did the Oktoberfest style beer, and then not this year, but next year we'll be selling in their stadiums at their football games, their basketball games, and
sweet.
and then we also did a bunch of tailgates with them.
Dude,
Like,
you're gonna be all over for sure.
Yeah,
Without
yeah,
a doubt.
yeah. All the
DCFC,
connection. I love
mean,
it.
even if it's the LCA, you're gonna be everywhere. You can just tell from your dedication to all
thank you.
to the city, and just from what we had so far, like The stout was amazing. I love this raspberry wheat. It was fantastic.
Thank
like
you.
I freaking loved it.
Yeah, I know we're really excited. We're gonna be. I mean, again, like we're reaching out to, and you know, we want to be one of these Detroit beer brands, right? Like we want to be. We want to kind of represent the city, get people excited about it, and then just be something that people are. You know, even that the algorithm is powerful. So now, like one of my close friends. He used some of our beer to cook his turkey this year. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to make like a beer brine recipe with one of our beers and like put it out there. Like I just
zillion different ways to go about it.
There's so many, like, there's beer is more than just like an
Drinking
alcoholic
beer.
beverage. Like there's so much you can do with it, and once you become part of kind of like Verner's and ginger ale, like we want to be Detroit's beer. So
I love that,
working
and you
on
will
it.
be. Is there anything before we wrap up that you just want to get across that we can help send out in terms of messaging? Like, I think we've talked a lot about
talked a lot,
stuff.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you do a great job of expressing from where you're coming from in terms of your love for the city, your love for brewing. So it was awesome for us to sit down our first time and get to learn a little bit about that. You're surely one of a kind, as we talked about. You're the first of a kind in Detroit, which is special in its own right. So congratulations to you. We want to tell you that, and we want to also say thanks for having us. Any place we go to, we appreciate people open their doors. So
But yeah, anything we didn't even get a chance to say. Yeah,
the only
anything
thing
else?
that I want all of you guys to roar at Pride Rock. That's the only thing that I'm gonna ask of you. Because again,
okay.
I want again.
is this Pride Rock?
Yeah, Pride Rock is right
No,
across,
remember
right
that
over here.
we're getting hazed. We're getting hazed.
This is a rite of passage.
Yeah,
You're
rite
gonna
of
have
passage.
to. I want to have that so that you guys can.
I
have
must
more-
have been reading
We'll
one of my
film it.
sketches.
We'll film it,
I
right?
didn't say that part. All right, we'll do it.
And that's the only thing that I ask of
Okay.
you
All
right.
guys, because we want you to have a good time. And
No,
so-
I'm in. I'm in for anything. So anything
in.
other than that, we're good. We
Awesome. Yeah,
thanks
appreciate
again,
it.
Evan, for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
Kobe, thanks again. Hey, and then Kobe, you are a season pass holder.
They say my generation full of dough. We tell them thanks, this is our year. But on the real, they saying slow your roll. As if we don't, we gonna die, but we like it. They don't know what life is. My homie, if he heading to the party, we like it. And that poison be pricey, and they gon' get you hyphy. But if you ain't throwing down and stay at home with your wife, it's straight out the bottle.